Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Another death in the world of hip-hop. This time it is the brother of rapper Maxo Kream, who signed last year, June 27th, 2019, to Roc Nation, Jay-Z's label. And this death comes March 9th, 2020, the 23-year anniversary of the murder of Notorious B.I.G. And if you've read my book, you know how Notorious B.I.G.'s death was perfectly synced with Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, and his wife at the time, Faith Evans. So let's take a look at this death on the 23-year anniversary and see the very same clear parallels that I discussed in the book that I wrote years ago. Again, when you learn this code of letters and numbers, that is Gematria, you see through the rituals very clearly. There can be no coincidences. This death of this young man has everything to do with Jay-Z and his label Roc Nation and the history of hip-hop, again, including the death of Notorious B.I.G. So, apologies if I pronounce his name wrong. Madou Biosa, also known as Madou Kream, and as we'll get to, he also has another rap alias, was reportedly shot dead in Los Angeles on Monday morning. He is the brother of Houston rapper Maxo Kream, and of course Notorious B.I.G. was killed in Los Angeles. His brother signed to Roc Nation last year. I looked up the date. It was June 27th, 2019. We're going to get to why that day matters. If you've been following my work on Kobe Bryant, who just died in L.A., whose death was synced up with Pop Smoke, who died in L.A., who died in the same hospital as Notorious B.I.G., being from Brooklyn as well, again, there's very clear parallels and themes here. There are no official reports mentioning Madou as a victim in a shooting. However, he was named locally as being the man involved following an ABC7 report revealing how a 27-year-old from Texas was found on the floor in an apartment complex with a gunshot wound and was later pronounced dead. So again, he was 27. You know about the 27 Club and musicians. The shooting occurred at Avalon Apartments on the 20500 block of Ventura Boulevard. Again, Notorious B.I.G. died just shy of age 25 in the year 97. We'll get to why that matters. They say this shooting took place just after 4 o'clock a.m. Remember, 4 is the number associated with death in Mandarin and in Japanese. When you pronounce the number 4, the pronunciation is the exact same as the word death. That's why there's this association with the number. We see it a lot in these ritual killings. Pop Smoke was just killed at reportedly after 4 a.m. around 4:30. So they got the tweets out. March 9th. Again, this is the day of his death. Monday, March 9th, the anniversary of Notorious B.I.G. And let's break it down. Let's break it down. So, Notorious B.I.G. has that gematria of 65. This man's birth name has that gematria of 65. That could be a coincidence, but here's what's not. From Jay-Z's birthday, because again, remember, this man who died is the brother of a rapper who signed to Jay-Z's rap label last year. From Jay-Z's birthday to this man's death, March 9th, was Jay-Z's 97th day of his age. Notorious B.I.G. died in 97. Death is 97. Notorious is 97. Jay-Z's old name for his record label is Rockefeller Records, 97. Now he just calls it Roc Nation. And remember, nobody benefited more in the world than Jay-Z from the death of Notorious B.I.G. He built his fame off that death. Puff Daddy and Faith Evans also benefited, but no one benefited more. Jay-Z was able to attain the title of King of Hip Hop, which I wouldn't say is a fair title, but it is what it is. Now, notice, this rapper who's dead, his rap alias is Money Due. It says right here, Madou Biosa went by the rap name Money Due, and Maxo Kream, that's his brother, had referenced his brother in several songs hinting at a close relationship. Look at Money Due, 97. You got to ask yourself, what are the odds? What are the odds of all of these parallels? It goes to show that this is why this is the ritual that you're reading about on the anniversary of Notorious B.I.G.'s death. His birth name syncs with Notorious B.I.G. His rap name is 97, dead on the 97th day of Jay-Z's birthday, like how Notorious died in 97. There's more. Remember the nickname Biggie equals 39, like New York, like Empire, the number in New York. Notorious B.I.G. was a New York rapper killed in L.A. Back then, hip-hop promoted a lot of record sales with the beef between the East Coast and West Coast. This narrative fit in. But Biggie, 39, dead on March 9th, 3-9. The day he died was a date with 38 numerology. Notorious B.I.G., 38 date numerology, just like, Tupac died on a date with 38 numerology. Tupac Shakur equals 139. He died on 13/9. Again, he died from complications to a drive-by shooting, Tupac. Drive-by shooting equals 213. He died 213 days after the release of All Eyes on Me, which came out on 2/13/213. A little more than a year ago, you had the rapper YNW Melly accused of being guilty of killing his friends in a drive-by shooting. That story came out on 2/13, February 13th. Again, when you learn this code, you see how history repeats itself in the world of hip-hop. And so many of the rappers who die, in the present, their deaths are tribute to the rappers who died who came before them. So, Notorious B.I.G., Tupac Shakur, both dead on 38 date numerologies. Notice Maxo, Kream, the rap name's 38. We were just talking about Pop Smoke, 38. Rapper, 38. Death, 38. Pop Smoke died in John Mellencamp's daughter's house. She's 38 years old right now. If you're going, well, wait a minute, how's Death 38 and how's Death 97? Good question. The difference is the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. With the alphabetic order forwards, just A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5. Death is 38. When you flip the alphabetic order around, you make Z1, you count back to A is 26. Death is 97. You got to know it both ways to see the totality of the riddles. His brother, who's still alive, who's signed with Roc Nation, he's going to turn 30 years old at the end of this month on March 29th. That means his brother was killed 20 days before his birthday. And again, there's 4 base ciphers. You want to know all 4. We just talked about Pop Smoke, whose name equals 38, dead at age 20. At the beginning of 2020, I said it was going to be a worse year than normal for celebrities because death is 20. It's 2020. Again, there's been a lot of celebrity deaths this year, more than normal. So, dead 20 days before his brother's birthday in 2020. Death is 38 with the alphabetic order. It's 20 with the alphabetic order and rules of numerology. So, for example, D's the 4th letter, E's the 5th, A's the 1st. It's the same in these 2 ciphers with those letters. Where it changes is T. T is the 20th letter. So in this cipher, T is 20, English ordinal. In the next cipher, reduction, T is 2, because the numerology of 20 is 2 plus 0 is 2. So that's why from 20 to 2 is 18 less. That's why the value of the word is 18 less. Because all the other letters in death are already single-digit numbers. D's 4, E's 5, A's 1, H is 8. You don't have to reduce those. The only one that has to be reduced is T, the 20th letter. So then the reverse alphabetic order, death's 97. 97 is the 25th prime number, so there's a mathematical relationship. With the reverse alphabetic order and rules of numerology, death is 25. Tupac died at age 25. Notorious B.I.G. died 73 days short of his 25th birthday. Sacrifice is 73. Ritual sacrifice 73. It was also a span of 74 days from his birthday. Rapper 74. Killing 74. Machiavelli 74. Number that shows up a lot in hip-hop related deaths. Not sure it's coded into this one, but shows up in a lot. And then again, they mentioned these Avalon apartments, 20500. So, you got the 25 in there. They just had to throw that in there as part of the article. Now, here's the detail about how he signed with Roc Nation on June 27th. That's the day leaving 187 days left in the year, the homicide number. But from the day he signed to his brother's death was his 257th day of being on the label. And remember, blood sacrifice is 257. 257. 257 is the 55th prime number. We just talked about how Kobe Bryant of the Boule died on the 257th day of the Boule's age. And 257 is the 55th prime number, which matters Keep in mind, Jay-Z is a Boule member as well. 257 is the 55th prime. Boule equals 55. Their official name is Sigma Pi Phi, which equals 55. And if you take the Greek letters for Sigma Pi Phi, look at this. Sigma is the 18th letter of the Greek alphabet. Pi is the 16th letter, and Phi is the 21st letter. If you add that up, 18 plus 16 plus 21 is 55 in Greek, right? And then it's 55 in English. Again, 257, the 55th prime. Kobe Bryant just died on the 257th day of the Boule's age. The Boule is also 115 years old right now. Don't forget, Masonic and Killing also sums to 115. Jay-Z's, or excuse me, Puff Daddy's No Way Out album came out 115 days from the death of Notorious B.I.G. And on that album, there's the song Young G's featuring Jay-Z. A lot of people heard Jay-Z for the first time on that song. And Young G's, don't forget, the capital G is the symbol of masonry. Masonry. So, again, just a perfect ritual here from the day he signed to the death. And just to show you something about blood sacrifice, it also sums to 67. Here's the Gematria. 67, 257. All these numbers matter. They all get used ritualistically. This young man's death also came 67 days before the Boule's upcoming birthday on May 15th. Just show you real quick. So from March 9th, 2020 to the Boule's birthday, which is May 15th, 2020, 67 days. Don't think that's any accident. Again, Jay-Z is Boule. A lot of black entertainers are. Here's Jay-Z at a Boule meeting. If you can make that out, he's got his eyes on the camera over here. He's like, wait a minute, who's taking that picture? So again, they reported the death was just after 4 a.m. They put out the tweets. I think it's interesting that they chose to use this guy in the Philadelphia shirt. If I'm not is that an Allen Iverson jersey? It doesn't matter. It's Philadelphia, though. Again, Kobe Bryant's ritual just had everything to do with Philadelphia and L.A. I just find it strange. And then they got the Eagles with the H hanging out. Remember when Kobe Bryant was at the Eagles-Rams game the other year, and the Eagles won by 8. They were on their way to the Super Bowl that year, which we called in Week 3. Eagles and Patriots, all from knowing Gematria. You can see the script before it plays out. The whole world of entertainment, from music to sports to movies, to the federal government to the news, it's all run by this code because it's all masonry. Masonry running the show. And speaking of which, this young man who's still alive, who just lost his brother, he's 29 years old. Notice Rock Nation's 109, Shootings 109. What I should have added to that list is Los Angeles with the alphabetic order where he was killed is also 109. Los Angeles 109. 109 is the 29th prime number. Masonic 29. Jay-Z, a Mason. Look at, for years I just knew the alphabetic order and alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. Look at Mason and Jay-Z. The exact same in these two ciphers. Mason's also 73, 62 like sacrifice. Again, Notorious died 73 days before his 25th birthday. Span was 74. Jay-Z. Jay-Z's name's also good for rap. Check out rap in light of Jay-Z. 17, 46, 19, all perfect overlap. So, again, without Gematria, you can kind of see what's going on, right? A lot of people who just know hip-hop, they'd be like, wow, okay, on the anniversary of Notorious B.I.G., another dead rapper, Rock Nation, Jay-Z, you know, he really blew up after Notorious died. You know, that's the way I used to be. That's how I used to be as a teenager, you know, early 20s. I saw what was going on. But, you know, you can say those things to people, and people will just say, well, that's a coincidence. I mean, you need more evidence than that. That's what this is. You can start to decode these events and see the numbers that are put before your eyes. You know, you can answer questions. Why are so many musicians dead at 27? Ritual equals 27. Scottish, 103, the 27th prime. The Scottish rite of masonry pretty much controls the world of entertainment. Things like the Boule, they're also Masonic, and they fall. They fall under that umbrella, you know. Boule is just another Masonic outlet made for black entertainers. I'm sure at the top of the Boule, Scottish Rite, no doubt about it. But again, stuff's not a coincidence. It's not an accident that I wrote a book about these exact patterns with Jay-Z and Notorious BIG, and now on the anniversary we have another hip-hop related death to add to it. I mean, the odds of this being a coincidence, if you think there's any chance of this being a coincidence, again, you're very bad at math. The odds of this are like winning the lottery. Astronomical. You're talking about tiny percentages multiplied by tiny percentages. And again, it's not just letters and numbers either. It's measurements and dates. This is the 97th day of Jay-Z's age this happens. Same patterns, same thing. You know, again, that's why you got to read the book. You got to see how redundant it is. Or just stick with my channel, subscribe, and just watch what I talk about the next time. The next time, it's going to be the same thing. And by the way, just going to remind people, you should be subscribed to Gematria Effect News and Gematria Effect Sports. Those are both my channels. When one gets suspended, I post on the other. And Gematria Effect News is the channel that keeps getting deleted. It's been deleted 19 times. So far, the sports channel hasn't been taken down, but it hasn't been up that long either. Been deleted 19 times. They don't want this information out. Till next time.